Good morning to you. It's Daybreak at iFiber One News Radio. I'm Jeff Slakey. Hope you're having a good start to your day. And we dive on into a wonderful conversation with Dick Taylor and Wendy Smith from the Port of Shelton. Morning, gang.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well, and good to see you. We had a break last week in the conversation, but we're back at it now. And
yeah, we're glad to see you back and upright.
It's nice to be upright, I tell you. You were at the WPPA, and there was a big conference or something like that.
Yeah, it was WPPA, which is the Washington Public Ports Association annual meeting, was 2 weeks ago.
And these are all the ports or certain sized?
This is all the ports
Okay.
that are members of the association.
You meant in Leavenworth?
No, this was up in Seattle.
Seattle this time.
We were in
Okay,
Seattle,
for
which
sure.
reaffirmed my feelings on why I don't want to live in Seattle.
For sure. I mean, even if you take the ferry over.
Oh, yeah,
Cliff
the
it,
traffic is
still, it's
just
a
terrible
nightmare.
getting up there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was nasty.
Some of the big jokes I see is all the kids in Seattle asking for Christmas this year, they all want cranes. Because they see cranes
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, what were you guys talking about up there?
Well, lots of things, but some of the things that came out that we don't really think about too much, but there are legal implications on how we do business. For example, I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks in December and the early part of January. And that means I won't be here for meetings.
Right.
So we have to write a letter to ourselves, essentially, but it authorizes, it says I'm going to be gone and exempt from the meetings. And that means that if the commission needs to hold a special meeting, they can legally without my vote, because that's what's needed normally.
Sure.
But since I won't be here and I'll be in Europe, so I'm not going to be in internet or email or any of that stuff.
Super secure.
No. I don't have a red phone or a satellite phone or any of that stuff like you see on TV.
Right.
So, but it authorizes the commission to go ahead and can still do business.
Good.
And if that didn't happen, a decision could be made at one of those meetings and then overturned because it wasn't a legal meeting.
Oh, so this kind of lets folks know here's how it's going to happen, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's more for an emergency
thing.
situation. I mean, it is December. We could have a big storm that took out, half the marina or something. And so, there are things that may happen that, we would need to call a meeting. And the chairman calls the meeting, the special meeting, and with the chairman gone. Then we have to have, something in place. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
You don't think about
Is that only because you're the chairman?
No.
Or is that because
it's for any commissioner?
Plus, you guys need to take some time off every so often.
Every once in a while. But most of the time, we're here, we're still in contact by phone or email. But I'm going to be on an island off the coast of Denmark.
You're not answering nothing.
Nor should you.
Nothing. I like it. What else you guys talk about? What else is happening in the public ports world?
In the public ports world, we also had some other stuff that things that we were reminded that need to be done, and in the administration of ports districts, every 10 years, port districts that have districts within their districts for commissioner positions have to redistrict. Boy, that's a lot of districts in one sentence. Have to go through and re-evaluate how their districts are set up within the port district by the census.
Oh.
By the census count, the last census count. Well, we don't have to do that because our positions are at large.
Right.
So, but it was a huge discussion.
I'm sure.
Amongst a lot of the ports there.
Because we're getting ready. Next year is a census year. No, 2020, I think. Is
2020,
year.
This one's based on 2010.
Okay.
On the 2010 census.
Interesting.
So that was there. And then, of course, we had reports from the various, there were 3 ports that gave presentations. And one in particular was, that I was interested in, was a little port, Columbia, down in southeastern Washington.
Uh-huh.
And they really don't have much, they're not very big, but they have an incubator building that they've built that is strictly for incubator businesses, and they have a kitchen in there that a restaurant style business could use to get started. The most interesting thing is there's a microbrewery in there, and a distillery.
Huh.
And it's I think their distillery they make Whoop 'em Up whiskey, I think is the name of it.
Whoop 'em Up whiskey.
I think was the
That's a
name
good
of it.
name right there.
Yeah, but it was just an interesting concept that they
So what,
have.
they keep them in for a little while? And
Well,
say,
they can
okay, you guys are
therefore there
done.
4 or 5 years, and they get started, establish how they're going to do business. Because people that are starting off sometimes really don't know what they're doing. They're learning.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times companies will share the spaces,
Yeah.
in those buildings. So a couple companies will share,
Right.
spaces.
But
That's
this is a great
smart.
big building, like a big mall. And it was
It's
an
a
old,
big building.
Yeah, big building. It was an old, I think originally a fruit processing plant or something.
Wow.
Yeah, that they've overhauled. But it was just an interesting concept.
That's smart, putting the full kitchen in there
Yeah.
and everything that you would need for any business to get started.
Yeah.
Huh.
So,
One of the neatest things about those conferences too, I didn't attend this one, middle of the audit, but you get to hear from other ports and kind of what things they do different that maybe you could kind of tag on
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
or they don't fit, our port at all, or
Right.
something, because
Yeah.
like we're not a large, vessel cargo port, so we couldn't copy something like that. But it's fun.
Yeah.
To
Yeah, that is
hear the
neat.
different stories.
and we come up, this radio program.
Does it?
Yeah.
People ask me
People
about
like-
this radio program just about every meeting
Huh.
since we've started doing it here. And
Yep.
since we got the award last year.
Well, I mean, it's a good way to get information out to not,
Yeah.
because it's not just the Port District and the folks in the district that you serve, but it's the whole county and beyond.
And beyond. Yeah, whatever your listening area is.
Yeah. That's cool. Well,
So-
that's cool that people are giving you the accolades on that.
Yeah.
It's great to get the information out there. How's the audit coming?
It's going good. Tomorrow is their last in-office day, so yeah, I mean they actually were able to cut some days off, and feedback we're getting is good.
Good.
Yeah, I mean I think we had a main auditor, and then for a couple days last week and this week we've had a kind of a new auditor who's learning.
Sure.
And so she's been kind of training, and so he's got a little pieces of it, and I think he was done yesterday. And so it's just our main auditor back tomorrow. She's not in today. She's at her main office, and made the comment that she's virtually done and things are on the way. So
Yeah.
exit conference will be on the 13th. And
Yep.
yeah, I think things are looking good.
It's nice, and who knows, based on training schedules and things like that. But you would like to think for yourself that we got things going pretty well here, that they can bring in someone to train, because
Yeah.
you go to some other port where they're finding this,
It's in
they're finding
chaos,
that, they're
yeah.
finding this. They don't want to bring someone
Yeah.
in who's new and they get
Yeah.
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
That's kind of a nice.
Well, as a matter of fact, after our last audit, they took some of the stuff that we use for doing business and started using it as templates for other ports.
That's pretty.
Yeah, we were getting
That's pretty
calls.
awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you
that
guys.
The state auditor said you use this.
Yeah.
Can I get that form?
Yeah, how do you do that? And where's
Yeah.
this? Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
Well, good on you guys.
So hopefully.
Anything else? What are we doing with the boat parade? Is that coming up? Have you heard anything?
Boat parade is coming up. I haven't officially heard much.
Okay.
But I think it's the 8th and 9th, Friday and
Okay.
Saturday.
so it'll be next
Next
weekend.
weekend?
Yeah, not this weekend. but
Following
makes
weekend.
sense.
Yep. And they always do a big deal. And,
Yeah, that'll be fun.
awesome.
Yeah, we it's the yacht club that does that.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep.
But you guys are right there.
Yeah,
you,
we're-
you got your finger on the pulse.
Got our finger on the pulse, right?
That's a great, to
Yeah.
get out to see it, or able to ride. That was
A lot of
a
fun.
Great time.
Fun,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Oh, and this weekend, of course, it's not us, but it's the community. Has Friday nights first
Yep.
is the first Friday in downtown with the fire pits on Railroad Avenue. I guess they're still doing it
Yeah,
this
they're
year.
gonna do it. We had Carolyn and Olson and Amy Cooper on a little bit ago, and they were
Okay.
talking about it.
Yeah, so that's always fun to
And the
do. And then
parade.
Fridays or Saturdays the parade.
You guys in the parade?
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah, the Doughboys.
Oh, that's right. You will
Yeah,
be in
we
the parade right at
will
the front.
we'll lead the parade.
I
yeah,
like it.
I think.
You get to see
I'll be in
Commissioner
Phoenix,
Taylor.
actually.
Yeah.
Well, you can watch
In
the
the
parade on
sunshine.
our
You're gonna be in
Facebook
Phoenix.
page.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
Sorry.
Can watch it, but just no comments about sitting here in 80-degree temperature.
I know.
Wish I was there.
Yeah.
Something like that. Well, cool. All right, well, let's surface on out of here on some good notes by the Port of Shelton, as always, with Dick Taylor and Wendy Smith. Good to see you guys.
Good to be here.